What is going on, Giants fans? I'm back at it with another New York Giants video, and there's a few things I want to talk about in this video. I want to talk about the Kevin Zeitler being cut from the New York Giants. I also want to talk about New York Giants bringing back Nate Solder. That's right, Nate Solder is back on the New York Giants, and the Giants have freed a lot of cap space by bringing back Nate Solder because his contract was terrible when we originally signed Nate Solder. I actually thought it was a good signing. He's a veteran. He's a really good left tackle. He's been in the league for a while, or right tackle, whatever position he plays. And he did not, he just didn't pan out. He was, terrible in his first season, and he was the highest paid offensive lineman, and he played horribly for the Giants, and it was a horrible contract. But the Giants are bringing him back, and I don't know how much Nate Solder is going to play. I think Matt Peart's going to be a guy that's going to play a lot next year. Obviously, you got Andrew Thomas, you got Will Hernandez, you got Shane Lemieux. Obviously, Zeitler's no longer here. You got Nick Gates as well. So there's a lot of guys that I think could play over Nate Solder, because I just don't think Nate Solder is a very good player anymore. I don't think he's the same player he used to be when he was with the New England Patriots. So I don't know how much Nate Solder is really going to play, and the Giants obviously could add to the offensive line in the draft as well as free agency. So I don't really know how often Nate Solder is going to play. I don't even know if he'll play at all. He could be just a veteran presence for the Giants. I mean, the guy is what? I don't know how old he is, but I know he's up there in age, and plus I know he was dealing with a lot of other personal things, so off the field. So obviously that's why he opted out last year. So he didn't even play. He opted out. Obviously, there's probably something going on in his personal life that I'm not gonna talk about, but probably something going on that maybe has affected it into his play a little bit, but. I don't think Nate Solder is the same player he used to be, so I don't expect him to play, a lot. I think he'll be a kind of a veteran presence kind of player, and that's always good to have on a Giants team, especially on a Giants team that's really, really young. It's always good to have a veteran presence on the team, and you also have a very young quarterback in Daniel Jones and a very young coach as well in Joe Judge. What is he, like 38, 37, 38 years old? He's one of the youngest coaches in the NFL right now. So the Giants are very young, and it's always good to have a veteran presence. But again, I don't know how much Nate Solder is going to play, but I think why the Giants made this signing is not because of him as a player. I think it's because of him as a veteran presence, and the Giants free up a lot of cap space. And perhaps it could be to go out and sign a guy like Kenny Golladay, or possibly bring back Dalvin Tomlinson. Maybe go out and sign a guy like Juju Smith-Schuster, which I'm not banking on, but I think it is possible. Maybe go out and grab an edge rusher. Maybe a guy like Hassan Reddick. I think he's a possibility for the Giants. I'm not expecting a guy like Shaq Barrett or T.J. Watt or Bud Dupree. I'm not expecting to sign any of those guys, but. I think maybe a guy like Hassan Reddick's a possibility. Maybe if the Giants want to add to their defense, they want to go out and do something like that. And I think the most likely scenario is going to be going out and signing Kenny Golladay, the best receiver on the free agent market. I think that's very possible, and I think that's what the Giants could do with obviously now the freed cap space. I think that's very possible. I think the Giants could go out and sign Kenny Golladay. I think that's very possible, on what the Giants could do. But Nate Solder is back with the New York Giants. I'm not sure how the contract's going to look, because I don't think they've released all the details about the contract yet. But I know Nate Solder is going to be back with the Giants next season, probably on a 1-year deal. So I can't say I'm mad at this. Mad at this contract. I know how poorly Nate Solder has played, but again, he's a veteran presence and a good locker room guy, and free up cap space again to sign a guy like Kenny Golladay, or just add to the team in general and try to make this team better. I like this signing for the New York Giants. And also, the New York Giants have cut Kevin Zeitler. Now, this actually happened a few days ago, and I planned on making a video about it, but I forgot to do it. And but hey, I'm just gonna throw it in this video because why not? And yeah, Kevin Zeitler's been cut from the New York Giants. Another move to free up cap space to possibly again go out and sign a guy. It's kind of like the Nate Solder signing. It's, again, to free up cap space. And that's what the Giants are trying to do this offseason, and they're doing it, They've released a lot of guys. They've released Solder. They didn't release Solder. They signed Solder. They released Kevin Zeitler, of course, and they've released plenty of other players that I can't really think of at the top of my head right now. But the Giants are, they're planning on making moves this offseason. I think it's pretty obvious. Obviously with all this cap space free, I really hope they make a splash in free agency, because this team has holes, and they need to be fixed. So I really hope the Giants go out and do that with the cap space we now have. So that's going to do it for this video. Not a very long video at all. I'm sorry it's kind of a boring video, but not a lot to talk about regarding the Giants, and I'll kind of throw in, I'll talk about the Knicks for a little bit, but the Knicks actually beat the who they played. They played the Thunder today, and the Knicks are over 500. They're 2019. It's a big win for the Knicks, especially not having Derrick Rose due to COVID protocols. Obviously, the Knicks have Brooklyn on Monday night. That's a game we're probably not going to win. Then we had Philly, I believe, on Wednesday. So we have a very tough stretch up ahead. We had to win this game to stay in the possibly as the fourth seed or the fifth seed in the Eastern Conference. So the Knicks had to win this game, and they did. They won the game in OKC, beating the Thunder. Obviously, the Thunder didn't have Shai Alexander, so the Knicks came out with the victory. So big win for the Knicks. They're 20-19. The Yankees also won today. I'll talk about the whole week of spring training in tomorrow's video. Every Sunday I'll talk about Yankee spring training and how each player has performed throughout the week of of Grapefruit League action. So we'll have a video for the Yankees tomorrow. I'll probably have another Knicks video coming out pretty soon, assuming they make a move before the deadline. I'll have a video about that. If the Knicks do happen to make a move, I will have a video about the move the Knicks could make before the deadline. I'll have a video about that. And also, any Giants news any breaking news that has to do with the Giants or the NFL in general, I'll probably make a video on it because there's not really a lot of content, there's not really a lot of content to make right now regarding football. So anything that happens, in the NFL world, I'll make a video on it. So that's going to do it for this video. Again, I'm sorry, it's kind of a boring video, but not a lot to talk about regarding the Giants right now, outside of Nate Solder signing with the Giants and Kevin Zeitler being cut. So that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll talk to you guys next time. Go Giants.